Live. Our guest tonight is 열음씨는, the piano soloist we just heard play Felix Mendelssohn's first piano concerto. So welcome to Detroit.
Thank
and
you.
the DSO.
Thank you.
Yes, so this concerto, not a quote-unquote standard type thing. It's a little off the beaten path maybe. And how did you choose this one to make your debut rather than a Tchaikovsky or Beethoven or something like this?
Well, I think the orchestra suggested this piece before I did, which I loved the idea, and I actually just shared with Jonathon the same opinion that this.
Jonathon Heyward.
Yeah, Jonathon Heyward, the sensational maestro. That it is such an underrated concerto. Yeah, I mean, we think it's so beautiful, and it actually has everything. I think it's a real total package concerto, the piece that it has every element that people would love. So yeah.
And what are some of those elements? Maybe it's beginning or it's ending. What are some of those sort of crowd pleasing parts?
I think it has a superb excitement throughout the piece. Such fire inside the piece, and it's really like the fireworks in the last movement.
Sure.
Yeah, and also the simplicity and the beautiful melodies in the second movement, and it's so seamless, so fluid, and so natural, and I just love it.
Yeah. Do you play a lot of his other works, the songs without words, or any of those pieces?
You know, when I was little, my teacher actually convinced me to learn all the songs without words. So I actually.
It's a lot of music.
It is. So I really played almost like 2/3 of it. Yeah, which was a lot for a 10-year-old kid, and I still love them so much.
Yeah, they're such wonderful, beautiful little songs. And could you talk to us a little bit about growing up in Korea and the music school that you went to there, and then Hanover? What do you still maybe fall back on from those?
Well, I went to school and music school in Korea until my age 20. I went to conservatory, and I feel, if I look back now, I feel grateful that I remained in my home country with my family, my friends, and everything was just really natural. And I went to Germany when I was 20, and everything was just really different. But I appreciated a lot of things, a lot of differences, and I remained there. I still have a place in Hanover, Germany.
Yeah. Do you speak German?
Unfortunately, not so much.
Okay. But Korean and English, that's
Korean,
sufficient? You get through? Okay. I always wonder, I mean, I know, we were talking before, I know people in Amsterdam who speak English and Dutch perfectly fine, but I don't know how you would get on in a country without speaking the language. So, and today, looking at your upcoming concerts and the recordings that you've made, there's a lot of German music in there.
True, yeah.
Yeah, German, Austro-German, those composers. And were those people that you gravitated towards in Germany, or was that constant throughout your life? What draws you to those, to the Schubert and the Beethoven and the Schumann and Mendelssohn?
Well, yes and no, because composers like Mozart, it was, I would say, the love for Mozart from my side started really much earlier than I went to Germany. And also Schumann probably was also my childhood favorite thing. But composers like Schubert, Beethoven, those were, I would say was kind of a later discoveries after I moved to Germany. And I mean, I don't speak the language so much, but once I learn the language and the system, I've actually got to feel much closer to these music.
Yeah. And your Mozart playing is so phenomenal.
Oh, thank
listening
you.
to that. And it's very easy to play it badly. I'm not a pianist, but even I know that it's harder than it sounds. And could you talk about your approach to his music and that because it's so focused, but there's still like a warmth to it. I just love that.
Oh, thank you. Well, for me, the most important thing for playing Mozart is one of the most important things would be making theatrical. I think that's the most one of the most important things I see, that I want to sort of make a lot of scenes and casts and scenarios and just different stories out of all these, and so that it's more multidimensional. And the second thing probably is how it's not about the lightness, but I really want it to sound not on the ground. It's somehow up in the air sort of feeling. I think it has to be really very airy, and I think those two are the most important things for me.
Okay.
When playing Mozart.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Is that for the solo pieces and the concertos then, or?
I think so, yeah. But they're actually, I mean, I really believe that all these pieces are very different from one to another. So I would say approaches to each of them are quite different. But obviously the concertos, some of them are more substantial and more meaty and so on.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can hear you play some of those.
Oh, I hope so too. Yeah.
Down the line someday. That'd be so wonderful. I also wanted to ask you about your social media presence. You're very active on Instagram, which is exciting.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. And you also have written a book.
I have.
A collection of journalism.
This was many years ago, but
okay.
yeah.
And do those feed into your music making? Are they separate from it? A little of both?
I think it's really related to my music making, overall. This was since 2010, I started writing a column, monthly column for the newspaper.
Which newspaper?
One of the major newspapers. Would you recognize the name? 중앙. So yeah.
Somebody will recognize it. So.
I'm sure. So I've done
Okay.
this for 5 years, and then the collection of those became a book.
Okay.
And then I continued until the following year, 2016. So I've done it for 6 years.
Writing about music, writing about
mostly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it ever translated into other languages?
Some of them were into English.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to. I wish I knew.
Thanks. I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to read it. Yeah. Oh, that's great. And maybe to wrap things up, is there anything else about Mendelssohn, his music, this concerto that you'd want us to take away that maybe something that we just didn't talk about before?
Well, I just love this concerto so much because it's a very nice combination between the instrumental music, which has the real great virtuosity, but also the huge singing quality throughout the music. So it's really like, it's really, once again, a total package. Yeah. And I really hope many people will recognize this piece much more than what it is now.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing it to us.
You.
Thank you for taking some time to talk with us tonight. Why don't we get back to the concert for Antonin Dvorak's 8th Symphony. So thank you, Yeol.
Thank you.